Hello, everybody, and welcome to the music review show. I am no other than your host with the most, Lloyd Beep, as Tope would say. R.I.P. Demando. He's not dead, but he's not here, so hope he's okay. Some man said he's him on curfew, but that's not here.
Someone said it, innit?
Someone said it, not me. Not me.
But I agree with what was said.
I agree with what was said. And with me to my right is the guy with the best hair on YouTube. He's finally letting the cars come back. Mahesh.
Yes, sir.
We got to do some albums today.
We have to do indeed review
because
some albums.
We are back very quickly. So there's not been too much that's been released, but
No.
we are coming up to a very busy period in the music industry.
We are indeed.
We have J Hus dropping next week.
Jesus.
Travis Scott's dropping at the end of the month. Drake's dropping whenever he wants. Apparently,
Has Uzi already dropped?
Uzi dropped. We still have PTSD from Eternal Take,
Yes.
so we are not reviewing that.
Nope.
I might listen to it in my spare time, but yes, 3 big, huge releases coming up.
Yeah.
Especially, I reckon we gonna get Drake till about August now. I don't think he wants to fuck with Travis. I think he was meant to. Apparently, he was meant to drop For the Dogs.
Yeah.
Like what, 2 weeks ago or something, 3 weeks ago. Then he pushed it back because of Thugger.
Oh.
And I think he avoided the week after because of Uzi, and he avoided last week because of Taylor. And I think he's coming up to a very busy period, and I don't think Drake really wants to have to compete with Travis. Not like Drake can't compete with Travis. I just don't think.
He kind of just wants to be.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
So see, my man's in the fucking pyramids. Have you seen that?
Who?
Travis Scott is doing his listening party for Utopia in Giza.
In Giza in Egypt.
Yes.
What the hell? I had no. Like, honestly, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known that Travis was dropping because like.
How do you not know? You be on social media all the time.
I'll be honest, yeah.
I don't be on social media that much. Not
During
as much as
the
you
day, I'm not like between the hours of 8 till 5.
Oh, that's the only time I use social media.
Oh, fairs.
'Cause
But
I'm
and then
not
also
working.
when I'm on,
Well, I am working,
at this
but-
point because of bloody Love Island, all I see in the evening is Love Island tweets. Like by the time I get
Oh,
home
I
from
don't
the gym,
actually. Yeah, I don't follow that many
Yeah.
people, so it don't really affect me.
yeah, that's fair. But so it's called Utopia.
Utopia.
Has he dropped a single?
No single yet. Just
Mad.
he can do that though. I mean,
Yeah.
Astro World sold 500,000 first
Yeah.
week, no single. He can easily do that.
But could Butterfly Effect came out well before.
Oh, but that's true. But that was like it wasn't
Like,
like a lead up
yeah,
single. I think also. No, it was just Butterfly Effect. I think
it was only, but that was like a year before. wasn't
Yeah.
it? Was Astroworld 5 years ago?
Astro was 5 years. Astro World is his last album.
Jesus, that feels quick. I remember when that came out.
I think hot take, it could be his best album.
Astroworld. It's a good album, to be
It's
fair.
a solid.
very
I
solid
think it might
album.
be a classic album. It's a really good album.
Yeah. I'll be honest here.
I don't know. There's many other albums that come out since Astro World that have been better than Astro World.
Travis, he's been on a.
His
album
discography's
is
alright.
Really good. Yeah, it's solid.
He's got
Pretty solid.
3
Pretty good albums.
very good albums.
yeah.
2 very good mixtapes to go along with it.
You'll know more about the mixtapes. than me.
Yeah, but even last time out, I was like, this guy, you might have like. I know we put Kendrick, Cole, Drake, or not in that order. Just those 3 are like the when they drop, it's done out. Like you don't want to drop the same week as them 3 because it's long. He might be number 4.
Nah, he's
In terms of like numbers, impact, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Travis might be number 4.
he's huge.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Look,
Yes.
J Hus dropping. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
He's
Although-
dropped 2 very
different tunes.
different singles.
I'm not a fan of the Drake one, you know.
I like the song if it didn't feature Drake. No, I'm honest. I think it's alright. Like I don't bump it as much as I bump the other one.
Oh,
I really like the other one.
Me too.
But no one else did. I think it's because of the our little bubble.
Yeah.
But a lot of people. I'm not religious into this single extent. You know, I don't fault anyone for being religious, but it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't claim to be spiritual either. I'm just a bit like, if you be a good person, if there is afterlife, I think God will allow you. You know, but I think a lot of people got put off by like a lot of their references.
Some of the lines, yeah.
You know, and especially starting the song with the devil in me, the demon in me. I thought that was hard. I was like, yeah.
The beat goes hard, man.
No, I think I actually thought he was rapping on that song as well.
Me too. Although there's gonna be no J5 on it, which I'm very intrigued as to how that will affect his sound. Because when J5 and J Hus get together in studio, man, it's just
So don't fuck your friends' girls or your producers' girls. That's the moral of the story.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the albums we are gonna review though, because there are albums we have to review. Also, Scare and the Hose dropped the DLC.
I need to listen.
I need to listen to it too because I'm
How
really
many songs?
excited.
3?
4.
4. Okay.
So that'll be fun.
I love how they dropped his DLC. That's brilliant.
Have you seen the album cover too? It's like it looks like a vape. It looks like a vape box. Right, let's start over here.
Yes, sir.
Ragz Original, Bear Sugar. Mahesh, do you want to give us an introduction on who Ragz Original is? Because before we reviewed this, I realised he was on the Nux album we reviewed last year.
Yes.
He was on that tune called Far.
Yes.
That was one of the songs I actually liked of that album. So I didn't remember taking away that many songs from that tape.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But
maybe
that was one of the better.
Genuinely, I think Alpha House.
That was
probably it.
That was I liked Nice and Good as well. Actually, I didn't mind Nice and Good.
There's
Well,
some good
SL.
features. Yeah.
And then but this one was good as well. This is the one at the beginning when the guy was talking. Shout out to all the girl in like Enfield.
Stab Scully. Yeah.
He was on.
Barking.
So Ragz Original. Do you want to talk a bit
I'll
about
give a
him
brief
as a person?
And I want to, but then afterwards, I want to hear Lloyd's thoughts because the funny thing about today's albums is that I think they come from artists who like we both each listen to separately, but one of us listened to.
This is a fun episode. Yeah.
So so Ragz Original is a British. I like to say I'm going to say singer. He's a British singer. For me, he's got a very I can't really box him in or put him in with like other singers. He's got a very unique vibe in terms of like the tone and cadence of his voice, and as well as that, the production that he chooses. There's a very distinct style of production that I think like is very idiosyncratic of him. Like you hear it and you know, okay, that sounds like a Ragz Original beat. Like for me, my introduction was 4 a.m. and Phone Ring Out. Those two. I think like I kind of characterize his production as quite electronic heavy, but in a nice way. But yeah, he's a singer, a UK singer. I'd only heard bits and bobs, but the things I'd heard from him, I'd quite like. So when I found out that he'd dropped this album, I was like, okay, you know what? Why not? Let's review something. I think it's quite left field from what we normally do. He's comparatively I've used that wrong. Compared to other artists in the UK that we've reviewed, I think it's fair to say he's a bit more, bit less known. He's well known, but I think he's lesser known than some of the other artists we've reviewed. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. But yeah, I like his music. I think he's got good style, good melody. Yeah. So he dropped an album called Bear Sugar. I think this is. Let me check. Is this his first? It might not be. I think he's dropped projects before, but this feels like a. Let's see, Bear Sugar, Ragz Originale. Oh no, he's dropped. Oh damn, he's dropped a few. Okay, my bad. He's dropped 4 albums. Nature, Texture X, WOAH. WOAH feature. Oh, actually, there might be EPs. And Iconic. Damn, he's dropped. Okay, he's got projects, man. Oh, I need to listen to this. Damn. Ragz Original, Benji Flow, Oscar, World Peace, and Mini. Anyway, side note. But yeah. Bear Sugar, his 2023 release. First things first, I actually, even though it's not necessarily related to the music, I really enjoyed the album cover. It's just nice and well shot. Some really big features on here, I would say. Some like having in the UK scene anyway. I think having Nux, having Sampha. I did not expect a Sampha feature on this. And then the final track is Tiana Major 9 and Venna. What I'll do is I think I'll just start with my thoughts and then Lloyd can chime in afterwards. I think it was a good listen. I think, especially on the production side of things, the production was well chosen. As I said before, I think Ragz Original has a very specific style of production that he goes for, and he knows what fits his voice and the type of music and the type of lyricism that he has. I think it's a decent listen overall. It's not a bad album, but I think part of the drawback when you have production that is very well suited for you sometimes is if it goes on for too long, it can be a bit samey, and that's probably my main issue with the album. I think like there was sometimes tracks that were just a bit forgettable for me or sounded too similar to what we had already heard, and especially some of the features, like for example July, which featured Tiana Major 9 and Venna. Both artists. Tiana Major 9 is an amazing singer. I know quite a good amount of her songs, but I need to properly delve into her music. Amazing singer. And Venna, fantastic producer. Like, he's absolutely brilliant. He dropped a series of tunes, I think in last year with like Mick Jenkins, Masego, and then he's done like instrumental tunes with like Yusuf Days, Rocco Palladino, who is I think he's either a bassist or guitarist. He's the son of another famous musician. So like hearing that on that tune, I expected more. I expected more from the Nux feature, to be honest. I think I wanted Nux went a bit more. It was more kind of like melodic vibes, I would kind of say, but it was. I don't think that's Nux's best strength. I think Nux is at his best when he's rapping, just proper spitting. I'm talking about Style.
What?
Styles, yeah.
That was the best song on this fucking tape by far.
I don't think so. I didn't enjoy it.
Styles?
I didn't enjoy Styles, man. I expected more. I think.
What?
Yeah, especially from a Nux feature.
That was easily the best song in this project.
You think?
I think some of the songwriting on this album is really bad, and I think it brings down a lot of the songs on this album. I don't think it's bad music, though. I think it sounds fantastic. I think the biggest problem with this album is either songwriting or sometimes it becomes background music. This album can become background music very easily.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay. It's not in your face.
No,
and
it's
I
not.
think that's why I liked Style so much, because it was the only time in this album I felt like the song was in my face.
Okay.
I really liked Styles. I'll take that. That's easily my favorite song in this project.
First. No, I hear it. I think for me,
I don't listen to Nux like that though.
Yeah,
and I don't really.
Rate,
not disrespectfully Nux. I don't rate, like, I'm not the biggest Nux fan. I've never have been. I don't really like. I put him in the same box as Loyal Kana for me. Like, I know they're very talented, but when I've listened to you, I've not got anything from you. I've got no takeaways. And everyone thinks I'm the biggest Loyal Kana here as well. I don't know why. Because that's how I feel. Like, I know you're really talented. I know you can rap. Like, he's got tunes like Home, which is really good.
Home is cool.
Like, and what's that? Rowdy and Bobby.
And Rowdy with,
that's a tune.
DC.
Like, but
Stand Out.
That's why I really like the style. I was like, I kind of see this Nux thing now. I don't need you to be rapping. I really like the fact he wasn't rapping. I think they went back and forth really well. I think that was easily the best song of this album. That's why I'm quite. And I liked. Actually, no, that's not the only song I take away from this album. I lied. I liked Long Stay with Bakar.
Yeah,
I've been hearing about this Bakar guy a lot more recently as well. I know a few of his tunes.
I've only listened to I think 2 of them, and this from a while back, like 2019 times. I forgot. Let me find them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, fam, I did not know this guy until like this year.
I've never listened to his music, but these 2 tunes in particular, let me find them, that I really like. Free, Unhealthy, Chill, and Control Alt Delete. They're old tunes. Like, I think. Okay, Unhealthy is from an album that is, my God, 5 years old, and Chill is.
I think though, to go back to what I was saying before, because I don't want to insult this brother too much.
Yeah.
You can really tell there's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
And I think I was surprised that he had Sampha on this album, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, that's a big
because
feature.
I don't think, and again, I'm not trying to insult you, because I really think if you had the budget, or you had the production, or I don't know this album could have been really good. I don't know what it is, because I'm not a musician. I'm just a guy talking on YouTube and on Spotify. So take my words with a grain of salt, people. There's something missing. And I think some of the songwriting really, really, really is what let this album down a lot. And it's not on every song.
Would you say structure or content?
No, the writing is not good.
As in the way it's organized?
No, just the words he says.
Oh, okay.
Like, there was one song, and he was, I think it was the Wrist Throws. I love the beat. I kind of like the way he was speaking, but he was just saying all sorts of nonsense. At one point, he's like, the revolution will be televised. I was like, brother, you've not been talking about, like, this stuff. Like, just, a lot of the time, it felt like he was just saying shit. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful. It's just what I got from this album. But there are a lot of positives I have about this album as well, so I don't want to like shit on it too much. I thought the production was really good.
The product was nice, man. Smooth
I,
listen.
I think the features were good. I think they broke
Yeah.
up the album a lot.
Me too.
I think they helped, again, going back to what I was saying about this could easily become background music. I think it helped bring out a bit more, wake me up a bit more. Again, Long Stay with Picard I really fucking liked.
That's a nice song,
I'll take that. So actually, that might be my favorite song.
Fair.
That or Styles.
Yeah.
I think it's very good production wise. I think a lot of the samples they use, especially on that Wrist Throw song.
Yeah.
I love the production. And I was like,
really good.
brother, you need to stop just saying shit. There was, what was that song? Girls Love Supreme. The song was fucking
Girls Love Supreme, really
ass. And I mean that respectfully. But I give this brother a few years and he might be able to make... No, not like that. I don't mean it then disrespect... Because it comes off as disrespectful, but I don't mean it. This album shows so much potential. It shows so much potential. Like, I will listen to another Ragz Original album. Hands down.
Yeah.
Next time it drops, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Because I've listened to this and I'm like, I see what's good. I listen to the production. I listen to some of the flows he has and the way he flows on things is really interesting. I think honestly what lets this album down is a lot of the songwriting and maybe the fact that some of the I understand his style is more mellow and that I get that, but I think he definitely delves deep into himself as well. Like, he speaks about himself a lot. I just think maybe less surface level.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit better penmanship. Bit livelier production, and I think this guy could have made a really solid album because a lot of these sound like a bit like demos. Like a lot of the songs sound like demos that weren't ideas that weren't fully flushed, as opposed to full songs. But there are songs like Styles and Long Stay where I'm like, oh, you could tell that they really focused on this idea for a long time, and like, this is what's become of it. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I think as well, like, looking at his album history and like his project history, I think this is comfortably his longest project. So I think part of it as well is like, I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't know how to like tackle.
Because what was it? 14 songs, 33 minutes.
Yeah.
You could see why I'm saying some of the songs sound like a demo, right?
Yeah, because it's quite super short. And I think my issue is like it's a very nice listen. It's a smooth listen, but there were some tunes that for me were just quite forgettable and didn't really stick. And at the same time, I think the production and just the vibe of some of the songs is too similar. Like, I feel like, yes, we know what your pocket is and we know what you sound like, but I think given the talent that you very clearly have, maybe switch it up and go a different lane. Like, like for example, Phone Ring Out, which is another tune I mentioned earlier, that's got a big bounce to it and it's like kind of different vibe. It's still quite mellow.
There was a bit of bounce to like What Comes Next. That had a bit of a bounce to it.
Yeah. But no, overall, like, it's a nice listen. It's a decent album, I think.
No, I think so too. And I think he can definitely grow from this. There's so much potential in this fucking album. There's miles and mountains of potential. I would promise you I'm going to listen to this album, your next project, because I think you clearly have a gift. I think maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I'm not an artist myself. I'm just a guy. Again, I'm just a guy on YouTube talking.
Yeah.
But I think, this album could have benefited from a few more standout tracks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of filler songs.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
I think it would have been...
But
like,
that doesn't sound bad.
No.
I think you got a lot of talent. And I think you could really capitalize on it. As I said, Long Stay and Styles are going to stay in my rotation probably all summer. I'm going to probably bump them songs all summer.
Nice.
So, like, you know, at least I got to take 2 songs out there and, like, I really like these
I think, like, as well, I don't know if he produced a lot... like, I know I'm saying this and I think I'm critiquing, but it is a nice album to listen to. Like, there's a lot of potential there. It's very... The production is very well suited to Ragz's, like, his style and the way he sings, and his kind of vibe.
Oh, wow, he's got guest producers on a lot of Skepta songs. Jesus Christ.
I had no idea.
Shout out to him.
That's crazy. Big up Ragz.
Bullet from a Gun?
What? Bro, I had no idea.
Apparently the opening track to Konnichiwa.
What?
Which is a fucking banger as well.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, he's clearly he produced Text Me Back, Glow in the Dark. Glow in the Dark's a great record by Skepta. You know, so clearly
Hey,
he's
did
got
man.
like a very good repertoire.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
know about it. So you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just keep going, man. Keep going.
Yeah, fuck whatever I say.
Keep going. And I think like I am saying this, but in terms of my like favorite tracks, I did like the introduction. Not everyone can be a star. I think like the
Yeah, that
vocals
was a
were
good
really nice.
intro. I love
Smooth
that.
listen.
Yeah.
Long Stay was really really good.
I like Long Stay a lot.
Again, production was excellent. The way they were kind of going back and forth was really nice, and Bakar like smashed it. I really like Troublin'
Troublin' was actually alright.
Yeah,
I did quite like.
I really
Troublin'.
like Troublin' because that kind of it was quite reminiscent for me of some of the
life?
previous stuff I've heard.
That's just Troubling Girl. That's why.
Oh my god.
Don't bring a girl around my head,
Prefer not
fam.
to speak. Prefer not to speak. But yeah, and then I actually quite liked. I think like maybe my thing is because I kind of look at it through production lens.
No, I look at it as a
Yeah,
whole product.
yeah. And then I liked Wrist Froze and Dance Can't Sun in terms of like my
Wrist
least
Froze
favorites.
production was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't a bad track, but again, I think I think maybe not even songwriting. I just think more could have been done with that beat. So I think the sample on that beat was really good. I really liked the backing quiet. There was like backing vocals.
Yeah. The vocals were nice.
Was it Don't Go on it? Yeah, I really like that.
It's good.
Also the random French lady. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. It was like
Reminiscent.
yeah.
Not gonna say a word.
And then in terms of my least favorites, I think What Comes Next didn't really stick for me. Style only because of my perception of who Knox
I
is.
really can't believe you didn't like Styles. I thought that was gonna be the one song we
I
agree
really
with.
wanted. I think for me, right?
See,
Knox,
that's why I think you don't like it.
Yeah, go
I
on.
went into this with that song with no expectation because I don't know Nux like that.
Fez.
So I think I was like, oh, this sounds good.
Good. Yeah. No, it sounds good. It doesn't sound bad.
I think it sounds great.
Yeah.
I love that chorus. Been times since I had the style on the whole.
Oh man, you're gonna probably get me into it, man. I'll maybe have to revisit. I didn't like Pretty Girls Love Supreme. Girls
That
Kiss
song.
Girls.
Yeah. Okay.
Very-
So we had very
Yeah.
similar songs we didn't like.
Radio Silence and
Radio Silence, I don't mind.
yeah.
It was filler though.
Fez.
I felt like it was filler.
And July again. I think because I saw that feature. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think the same with July. I thought it was filler. Like.
Yeah. Tiana Major 9 and Venna, I expect more of seeing those two on a
So did I. I saw
Yeah.
Tiana Major and I
I was
expected
like,
big
okay,
things.
there's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
some, like,
I looked at
yeah.
the track, I looked at the features, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even, in all honesty, I didn't hate it. I wasn't even crazy about flashbacks.
Yeah,
with Sampha.
no, me neither. It didn't really. It took me a moment when I heard
I
it.
love
was like,
Sampha as well.
Yeah, no,
I don't
Sampha's
listen to him like
amazing.
that, but every time I hear
Yeah.
his feet voice, I'm
Bro,
like,
it's that guy, man. The crazy thing
you kind of
about
sound like Lil Yachty on that song.
yeah, it was.
He sounded a bit like if Lil Yachty could sing.
It took me a minute to click. I heard him in the chorus and I was like, wait, that's Sampha. What? And I looked at I was like, yeah, it's Sampha. I think Sampha's dropping eventually, or he's dropped a new. But anyway, yeah, no, it's a decent listen. I'll probably give it like a maybe 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 too.
Six,
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we agreed on that. I thought we were both. I was really worried you were gonna come in here and be like super like. Was I when you suggested? I thought you'd already listened to it.
I had, but I kept.
It sounds
I
like you
listened
did the
to it
Lloyd.
more. I did a Lloyd. Maybe I did a Lloyd.
You did a Lloyd.
Maybe
you
I
kept
did a
listening
Lloyd,
to it
man.
and you kept finding things out.
I think that's what it is. Maybe. yeah. I gave it a few listens afterwards, and it was a nice listen. That first.
No, it's not a bad
Yeah.
listen. It's a good listen. Like if I had to do fuck all. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know where, like, if I just need to listen to some random music to put in the background with people, and I don't need it to be abrupt, I just need it to be in the background, I'll
Yeah.
throw this on. Whack this album on. It does the job amazingly. But I'm excited for your next. I'm excited. I know you're not watching, but I'm excited for the next Ragz Original project. That's it, innit? I'm very excited for the next Ragz Original project because I think there's a lot of potential on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you clearly have talent because you produced some of my favorite records. You produced Bullet From a Gun.
Yeah.
I listened to that record a lot. Not
It's crazy.
that record's insane. So, shout out to you. It wasn't really like we didn't dislike it. I think we pretty aligned on our views here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Yeah. Shall
Right.
we take a flight across
Let's go.
the Atlantic?
I'm going to Atlanta.
Atlantic.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta.
Atlantis. What? No.
Atlanta.
Atlantis. No. I'm sorry. I was making a
We're
stupid.
going
point.
across one of the oceans to
Atlantic.
Atlanta.
Atlantic.
Is it the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
I thought so. We're going across the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to end up in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to review Killer Mike album, Michael. This is Killer Mike's first solo album in over a decade.
For a moment, I thought you said it was the first solo album. I was going to be
Nah,
like,
yes.
what?
Well, this is only like a second album as a
Okay.
solo artist. Because I don't really know what he was doing before. That's probably a lie. It's not a second album, but first solo album. Killer Mike, who you may know from the Dungeon Family, who were like the Outkast crew back in the day. He's been on many an Outkast album.
Oh, so that's where the three stats.
That's where the Free Stats feature comes. He's on Outkast. He's on like a speaker box below. Yeah, he's on speaker box stuff below. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, so this is.
Wait, so he's been around.
He's been around. That's why
Bruh.
CeeLo Green was on the album too, because he was in Dungeon Family as well.
Whoa.
Apparently, so is Future when he was really young.
That's crazy.
So that's where the Future feature came from as well.
What the hell? I had no idea about this. I genuinely.
So Future was apparently like running around the crew when he was a kid. Yeah.
Mad.
That's where the Future feature came from. Yeah. Again, like you wanted to do with this album, I want to hear your opinions, Mahesh.
Brilliant. I think this might be.
It's up there, isn't it? It's up there.
It's either this or Petter Potter.
I know.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Oh, it's so tough. Oh, this and Potter are like.
They're neck and neck. They're fighting.
I can't decide.
They are fighting
this
for top
album is absolutely brilliant. Like, I didn't. You know, like Killer Mike and Run the and.
Your only reference to Killer Mike is Run the Jewels, right?
Yeah, and I like what I've heard, but like I never would have.
We reviewed one of that album. You didn't really like it.
Yeah,
I liked it a
was
lot.
it Run the Jewels 3?
4.
That's it. Sorry. Like I heard a bit of Run the Jewels before.
Arguably
and it was
the
good.
worst album.
Yeah. So I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't really.
I love Run the Jewels.
Fair.
So it's like.
I didn't really have any expectations going into this. I was just like, oh, Killer Mike, and then.
Because I set the track list and we were all like.
Because
wow,
bro,
crazy.
Like. My least favorites. There's nothing in there.
There's one song I have in my least favorites.
Like I kept on when I was making my favorites and my least favorites. I realized I was just putting every damn track on the album.
This one of them albums.
It's
one of them albums. Killer Mike.
Yes, what was I saying? Yeah, I think what I loved about it is the production and kind of the vibe of the album. It felt very personal. I think Killer Mike was talking about his experiences of growing up and what he's gone through, and oh man, especially what was the track where he was talking about his mum?
Motherless. God, that's one of my favorite records. The way he did it and the vulnerability of that song, but to also deliver it the way he did, like to speak about those topics and speak about your mum dying and the things you wish you said her and your grandma dying, the things you wish you told her. Speak about it the way he did, like the inflection in his voice, like he didn't sound. I know this sounds stupid, but he didn't sound sad or remorseful in that song, and it's like, how on earth did you accomplish this without sounding?
I couldn't agree more.
Sad and remorseful, and the production, and also Erin Allen Kane might have been the MVP on this fucking album. Her vocals across this whole album were fucking phenomenal, like incredible.
You know what else smashed it on this album?
Ty Dolla $ign.
I didn't know you could do gospel vocals like that.
On 2 days.
Bruh.
On 2 days.
What? No, you know what's
the way when Killer Mike was kind of doing the bridge of the thing, and he was like repeating the line but singing it in the background.
Yeah. The maddest thing is, I saw 2 days and I knew Ty was featured on it, but when he was hitting those high points, I was thinking, and I mean this with the highest praise possible.
No, Ty Dolla $ign's a good singer though.
I'm praising him.
Oh,
I love I think CeeLo Green's a fantastic singer. I thought it was so good. I thought initially it was CeeLo. I thought, shit, am I hearing?
No, Ty Dolla $ign's a very distinctive voice. I think that's.
But then
why
when it dropped, I was like, okay, yeah, that's.
Especially because he's been very quiet recently as well.
Yeah, he hasn't really.
Yeah, no one really plays him anymore like that.
Yeah,
it's a little sad. He's a very talented artist.
Amazing.
His first album, Free TC. If you ever get a chance to listen to that, I'd advise you go listen to that. It's really, really good.
He ain't dropped in a minute, man.
He has some records on there. You should add to the bedroom playlist, fam. They'll go.
I mean, you know what's mad? Division and Ty Dolla $ign have an album and I've still not listened.
Me neither. Yeah. I don't know why I haven't either. I love both of them.
Exactly.
There's a really good record on there. That had a post Tommy. What's it called when people die and the album gets released?
Yeah.
Posthumous.
Yeah.
Matt Miller feature on it, which is a really good record.
Okay.
You should check that out.
I need to look. Yeah, I'll go back to it.
But, that record's really good. Even if you just listen to that record, it's really good.
But yeah, it's I love this album. Like, it just got. I feel like I enjoyed it even more with each listen. I think, like, Killer Mike is just spitting, and I just love the pockets that he gets into.
Oh, mate,
those pockets where he's just his rhythm, his the bounce to it, it's just perfect. But also it's coupled with, and I think what blew me away as well is the fact that like I've not, my only interaction with Killer Mike
Is Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels.
Yeah, but
Very
most
different.
pretty much
Yeah.
mine is too. In all
Very
honesty.
different production, but the production on this album, you don't think? Oh no, you don't think so? No.
Yeah,
I think
I
with the-
think this production is not as in your face as Run the Jewels
Yeah.
is, but I think there's beats on here where I could really have
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
LP rapping on them as
Yeah.
well. Like, was it on Talking Shit?
Yeah, when
I
the
could've-
two beat switches. Yeah,
I could
yeah,
have LP could have definitely been on
Yeah,
that.
no, for sure,
And he
for
would
sure.
have, and even the song with LP.
LP. Yeah, yeah.
Their
No.
chemistry is just undeniable. You
Yeah.
heard it on that song.
No, for sure.
The song with LP
I've
was
got it, I've
gr-
got it, I've got it.
Death.
It's
It's one of my favorite records.
Don't Let the Devil.
Don't Let the Devil
Don't
in.
Let the Devil.
LP
Don't Let the Devil in, yeah.
really.
He's good, man. Yeah, he's really
Might
good.
be one of the greatest rap rappers ever, but no one wants to say it. He might be.
Yeah, he's cold. Every time I've heard him, he's cold. But I think for me, what stood out was like kind of like the gospel and jazz and blues production and the choir vocals, man. Oh, what track? There was one track where the outro was just stupid. Where is it? Slumber. Yeah.
Slumber. Oh, you shout out
man.
to who was on that record as
Let me
well?
see.
There's a big group.
Was it Jagged Edge?
It was Jagged Edge.
Jagged
Yeah,
Edge,
shout out
yeah,
to Jagged Edge on there. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing, man.
Man, what do you think of the black feature?
You know, it grew on me.
Yeah, same.
It grew on me.
yeah.
First time I heard it, I was like, "What's Black doing
Yeah.
here?" Like, he doesn't sound, because it's hard to listen to the first three songs and hear Black just doing a monotone thing, and I was like, "Oh, I kind of expected a hook.
No.
This is weird. I didn't expect this." But then as I went back to it, I was like, "Oh, Black actually did his thing. Like, shout out to Black. Yeah."
What did you think? I'm also curious to hear your views on Spaceship Views.
I love Spaceship
Yeah,
Views.
me too.
At
Man.
first, I thought Killer Mike and 2 Chainz were the same person. Because they rapped really
Very
similar on that song.
Yeah.
And I was like, have these two been rapping like this similar the whole career? And it's really weird to have like,
Yeah.
especially when, you know, 2 Chainz did his rebrand and did, you know, like, I'm different.
Yeah.
And then to like 10 years later be mistaken him for Killer Mike. I'm
Mike,
like,
yeah.
wow, this brother might be one of the most improved rappers of all time.
No, I think you might be right because I remember listening to him when I was in like secondary. and I
Yeah,
was
like,
what's this?
but maybe he could always
But he's-
rap. Maybe he could always
Yeah.
rap and he was just dumbing it down. But they sounded really similar on the
Yeah,
record.
he
But
killed
I
it.
think he killed it.
Yeah, smashed it.
God, I want to hear your opinion because I'm really interested. I
Yeah.
was thinking about this on the way here actually. Because I like it. And I love it. It's my might be my favorite track of the year, but
Okay.
I really want to know your opinion of it.
On?
Scientists and Engineers.
Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing
interesting.
song. Amazing.
I thought you might not like it.
Nah, I like
I
that.
thought the beginning might be a
That
bit
was
too.
brilliant.
Also, what a way to utilize Future.
Yeah.
No. We'll get
Yeah.
to that later.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But what a way to utilize Future. Standing in the rain. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Like,
I couldn't believe that
to
was
have
him.
a Future record and not have him on the hook
Yeah,
is a very brave thing to
Yeah,
do. And to utilize him that well,
Yeah.
not even as like a main standout on the track,
Yeah.
was really impressive. I was really impressed by what they chose Future to do in that album.
And Free Stacks.
Oh, best
man.
not even get involved.
Yeah, Scientists and Engineers.
He's
man.
like top 10 for me of
Oh.
all time. There's
I
no,
need to-
there's no discarding it, man. The Outkast albums, you know, Quemini, also
I need to listen to Outkast.
Southern Player, Cadillac Music, like even Love Below, just the Love Below part, which Speakerbox was really good, but I prefer Love Below because I think Andre on that album just really fucking experimented with a lot of sounds, and I think the reason we have a lot of artists today is because of Love Below. This is a Killer Mike album review, not an Andre 3000 album review. But that verse,
Mint.
Andre 3000 had.
Absolutely.
Andre 3000 could say basic shit like hookers don't really do shit.
It just sounds good.
I was like, hooker doesn't really do shit.
You know-
Actually, you've got a good point.
you know which
it's
track-
just flavored smoke.
You know which track got me? Something for Junkies. How can a song about junkies be so catchy?
Yeah. It's a
What?
great record. I mean, a lot of songs about junkies are
I know,
catchy,
but,
man.
no. But he was like, he was talking about like people being real, and I'm like, and I'm just bobbing my head, and I was like, yeah, this is good. Which track was it you didn't like?
Run
Run.
with Thug. I thought that was easily the worst record on this album. I thought there was just a very commercial kind of feel to it. I thought the Thug verse was weak. I thought that was a very weak Thug. I like Young Thug as well.
Damn.
Like people talk, I like Young Thug. When Jeffrey came out, I bumped that every day, man. Like I like Young Thug.
Fairs.
I was listening to like the Slime seasons when they were dropping. I've been a big
Fairs.
Young Thug fan for like the best part of like 8 years now. You know what I mean? But
I would not have expected that to be your least favorite.
I was easily my least favorite. I didn't really think it was a necessary song. I did like Dave Chappelle talking at the beginning. That was a nice little touch to the album. The fact he had Dave Chappelle talking at the beginning. That was Dave Chappelle talking at the beginning.
Well,
You don't know when he's like he's talking about the people. He said being a black person in America is like being a person in Normandy.
Yeah.
And you just gotta keep running and not look back. I thought that was cool, but the song for me that was easily the worst song of this album. It's the only song I could have been like, yeah, you could have scratched that.
Yeah.
That's the only song. I thought the Thug verse was a bit weak as well. But again, I don't know when Thug recorded this. He could have been that could have been an over the phone job. I don't know if it was an old verse that Killer Mike got hands on and just whacked it on the song. Because his situation right now, I don't know how that record came about.
Do you know what happens when artists like that are in jail?
Yeah.
How does it work in terms of like income from the music?
I assume they'll still get paid. Like their bank account's still open.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. You know. I don't know if it's illegal for you money to enter your account.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is in regarding that. In all honesty,
yeah.
I could not tell you, Mahesh.
Fairs.
But no, this album's incredible, man. I've got no. I could just. Yeah, everything you've touched on is just amazing. I think just the storytelling and the thought provoked on this album, like the songs
good.
like Exit 9 and Something for the Junkies, the storytelling.
I really liked when I saw the thing. I was like, Killer Mike and Blast. How's this gonna work? It worked. It worked. I was like, I like this.
Yeah, I think it worked
liked
too.
it.
But you know what? That's what surprised me at the Ty Dolla $ign, because I thought we were gonna, like, not to shit on Blast, but the kind of job we got from Blast on Exit 9.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get that from Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Like he was like he weren't playing.
Yeah.
I think CeeLo was great on the first track.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
that
Oh,
first
the
track.
vocals.
The beat,
Shed
the
Tears.
production too. I think DJ Paul did a lot of the production as well. No ID did a lot of the production.
No ID, man.
That
guy.
Science and Engineers was produced by No ID, James Blake, and DJ Paul.
The only one I don't. DJ Paul.
He's like an old school guy. He produced a lot of the 3 6 Mafia records.
Okay. It doesn't surprise me that he's produced this.
Oh yeah.
Because like I feel like the beats kind of.
Yeah,
I see some similarities.
Yeah.
between
So he
this
produced
and
like a lot of
Killer
the
Mike,
3 6 Mafia records with Juicy J and Project Pat.
Okay. To have that classic bounce.
Yeah. So
is it Southern Bounce?
Southern Bounce, that definitely Southern Bounce.
Okay.
I think that's what separated this to like Run the Jewels from me.
Yeah.
This had a lot
Southern
more Southern Bounce
Bounce.
than an average Run the Jewels album would have.
Because I feel like this album is very energetic, and I think Run the Jewels has that as well. But what separated it for me was I think the gospel and like jazz and blues influence on the production and the Southern Bounce. Because like there were those pockets of I think it was on. So like Slumber, for example, like you hear those church gospel vocals.
Yeah.
But then when Killer Mike comes in, you hear the bounce.
Yeah.
What do you think of the beat switches on
Which song?
Talking That Shit? I think there were 2 beat switches.
There were 2 beat switches.
I like them.
I like them too. Yeah, I think it was a bit different Talking That Shit. It was a bit of a weird turn in the album because I was like, bit off topic, but I'll take it. Like that was the only thing I was like, it's a bit of a weird song to throw on this album.
I was like, because
I was literally like, this belongs on the Run the Jewels album. I actually thought that belongs on the Run the
No, I hear it.
It's a great record though. I'm not shitting on it. It's just like I thought Talking That Shit belonged on the Run the Jewels album. Like just because of how a Run the Jewels album is structured, they get whereas this felt like a very open and honest. It was called Michael, so it was about him. It was very open and honest. It didn't have that sort of braggadocious record. Yeah. I was like, I don't really know if it fits in the theme of the album. I'm not gonna fucking complain because it's a great record.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. That was just a little side point I had. Like it's not like I don't think it's a great record. I do think it's a great record. I think there's only one record on here I would take out completely, and that's Run. I like Shed Tears as well with Mosey. I thought that was a great record as well.
So good. The rap and the choir vocals at the end, man. Oh, just that. I think that's what I just appreciate. Like, I don't think anyone can deny like gospel vocalists and singers. Just ridiculously good voices, just insane, and like I think some of the best R&B singers as well are those who have come through that. But anyway, that's another topic. Day. But
do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, just an excellent album.
Fantastic
really
album.
Enjoyed the production, like How do I spell that way? Is it Nric? Enrich. No,
Enrich.
Enrich, sorry.
I think it
NRIC.
means we can't say.
Oh, first, yeah.
That's why it's called Enrich.
Enrich, okay.
Because it's the double entendre.
Don't even ask me. But no, it's an excellent album, excellent produced, and the production just perfectly meshes, I think, with Killer Mike. I think for me the features absolutely smashed it.
Oh, mate, broke up the album so well.
So well. It's a fun and energetic listen, but it also there's some real like poignancy, I think, and almost intimacy, I would say, in how open Killer Mike was.
Oh, mate.
And even with and it's weird because to say it's intimate, I don't think that matches up to the tone of the album.
No, that's
But
what I'm
with
saying
how
about Motherless. That's what impressed me so much
yeah.
about Motherless.
Yeah.
Obviously, the subject matter and the song impressed me.
Yeah.
But it's the way he could speak about such a matter in such a amazing tone.
Yeah.
I think some rappers get away with being able to be the somber, like someone like Drake gets away with it. Like, but he just like, no, I'm gonna speak this. It was like from the heart, but with the infliction
For
of
sure.
talking that shit. When you think about it, they're two different records. So you shouldn't have that same inflection.
100.
But the way he spoke about his mother and his grandmother, that's oh man.
And it felt like, I think as well, what's really nice to hear, and you know, when you have loss in your life and you lose, I think, loved ones, it's very, of course, and especially musically, you're gonna feel sad. I think music will take a more reflective turn. But what I really loved about Motherless as well is it felt kind of celebratory. Like it felt like he was like reminiscing in a really lovely, nostalgic way, and just saying like how much. Like saying he misses them, but misses them because of how much he loves them. And it felt positive. It was nice. It was a really nice listen. But yeah, this album's amazing.
Yeah,
man.
overall, man. I literally said everything I needed to say, man. It's just everything. This album's incredible, man. I just gotta give this a 8.5 out of 10. This to me is.
I don't think I can disagree.
Oh, gotta be up there.
Yeah.
Might be album of the year. I think. When the end of year comes, we'll do a EA wrap-up show, and I'll have to revisit this and Pop and Scaring the Hoes, and decide which one I'm putting on top. Yeah, fantastic. All right, that's everything. Please like, subscribe, peace. Also, by the time you are hearing this, there will already be a link in our Instagram bio for our Beers and Buds Unplugged event, but it's going to be very plugged up because we have no instruments. I don't know why I called it Unplugged. It just sounded cool. Please come support. The full lineup is out on our Instagram. We're all going to be there. We're going to be doing little segments here and there. Don't worry, we're not going to talk at you for half an hour, nothing like that. Just going to keep it lighthearted, fun. Want you guys to vibe, have a good time. It's free entry. So, you know, just come along, support, buy a few drinks. Have a good time. It's going to be good. It's on a Thursday, 24th of August. But you know what they say about London now. Thursdays are the new Fridays. So work from home on Friday and do fuck all hungover because you're going to be our event. Peace.
And you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace.